name is Sarah, a law student, a New Yorker, a Jew. Don't get me wrong, I didn't walk out of Fiddler on the Roof. My traditions are fighting for a seat on the subway and being convinced the best bagel in New York is from the place downstairs. But our family story always starts with a piano. A silent one. In my mother's memory, the piano in Vienna sounded like candy. But one day, the music stopped. I could no longer teach you. Just go. Far as you can, she said. You see, my family's movement began with arrest. It followed my grandmother's sewing machine to the Lower East Side, followed my mother's calculator into Wall Street. And now, it's in this metronome, reminding us how we learn to keep our own rhythm through the turmoil. Never mind. Once settled in, New York turned out to be a pretty great place. It's just that I keep finding myself caught in some intentional or unintentional crossfire.
Merry Christmas! Try the holiday punch.
Thanks, but I don't really celebrate Christmas.
Oh. Got it. More from me, I guess.
You must know much about finance. Any investing strategies?
Sorry, my degree is in law, and my investment strategy is keeping money in 2 different bank accounts to feel richer.
I think I can empathize with the case. Like in the past,
Come on, Sarah, just forget about your so-called past.
Individually, these things are like grains of sand in your shoe. Tiny, but day after day, they make you ache.
No offense, but seriously though, those numbers about the, aren't they a bit exaggerated?
Sand doesn't turn to stone on its own. It takes pressure. And time. By the 1000th time you ask where you're really from, by the 10,000th time you hear a sentence start with, "You people are also..." Even those harmless grains have already paved the way for the poison to walk right out in the open. That is what I learned from Mr. Davis, an entrepreneur, a so-called model.
We must be clear-eyed that overemphasizing certain particular ethnic cultures is an unwise form of exclusion in business. The smartest approach is to sand down these edges.
I believe we all know who I'm referring to. We've heard their stories enough. It's time to turn the page.
So this is the universal value I want to emphasize. Business culture can be unique, but it must never be as exclusive as certain groups are.
Therefore, we should approach brand positioning from multiple angles and...
Mr. Davis, turn the page.
A joke may set me down, but a verdict on my soul stands me up. To what silence do you tune our rhythm? To what shore do you exile our memory?
What you're trying to erase today is not a marketing edge. You twist individual resilience into group privilege and dismiss historical trauma as outdated stories.
Don't you think this isn't business wisdom? It's your own moral bankruptcy!
Their silence ate away at my courage like insects. No allies, no echo. But right there, in that moral ruins, I was clearer than ever. If the language of civility fails here, I must find a grammar they cannot silence. Walking out that day wasn't a retreat, it was a turn, toward a place where they couldn't drown out the truth with whispers, a place where only facts and reason echo. I thought my story with Mr. Davis ended with the closing of that door, but fate's loom wove the most unexpected thread. Then years later, I, as a lawyer, met him in court.
Your Honor, we categorically deny all allegations of discrimination. My client, Mr. Davis, is a respected businessman who values merit and performance above all else.
The termination of Mr. Jacob was solely based on his repeated absence on critical workdays, severely impacting team efficiency. The claim of religious discrimination is baseless and defamatory.
Baseless?
The so-called critical workday in question was Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. Jacob, adhering to millennia of tradition, was observing a day of prayer, repentance, and fasting.
The true meaning of cultural fit was laid bare in Mr. Davis's termination email. He wrote, "We cannot accommodate those who are consistently absent at crucial moments outside of it."
My client isn't seeking special treatment. He is seeking the equal protection from discrimination promised to every citizen by the Civil Rights Act.
The gavel falls. It doesn't erase the past. It doesn't change every heart, but it carves out a space, a precedent of dignity, a shelter, built not of wood and stone, but made of law. See? They say we hold the purse strings of the world, but the only currency I trade in is the weight of a single human dignity, restored. They think we pull the strings in every newsroom, but the only story I'm writing is the next chapter, for a family that now has a future. Every story needs an ending, even a temporary one. The arguments, the judgments, just get to stay at the door. But the longer one is still ticking. The piano lessons my mother never got to take, the voices that tried to silence us, none of it defined a rest in our movement. They just defined the downbeat. My name is Sarah, a New Yorker, a Jew. And this is the future I will play.